Hi there, this is Diecast channel, and in this video I'm going to show you some more of my 1 to 64 cars by Auto World Diecast. So what cars have I got inside those tiny boxes? Stay with me to the end of this video and we are going to see them. They're really amazing and they're really worth seeing. And also don't forget to subscribe my channel, to click bell for news, and to give me a thumbs up. So let's unbox those beauties and take a better look at them. First car I have from this assortment is a 1964 Ford Galaxie 500 XL. That's made by Auto World in 1 to 64 scale. One item that's very nice in this car is this front grille and this badge right here in the driver's side. Very nice engine. We can see the front panel, we can see the reservoir and the air filter and all details in this engine bay that's very well made, and a hood that closes correctly. The quality of the painting is amazing. The interior of this car is amazing. The seats look very nice. We can even see that trim in the rear seat between them, just like a 2+2, and a nice steering wheel, tail lights, Ford logo, and a Galaxie 500 XL logo right here on the right side. They look very realistic. The bottom looks great. It's a body and frame. You can see the axles, engine, tranny, drive shaft, differential, suspension, and all details are supposed to be in this car, and the wheels and tires look very realistic. The top is made in plastic, since there is also a convertible version of this car I've shown before in one of my videos, but it's really well made. 1964 Ford Country Squire, which is actually a Ford Galaxie station wagon. This is a 4-door. It's a great station wagon. It looks very nice. And as we can see, Auto World has taken care of every single detail, just like the wood grain pattern on the side, the front grille, the hood, the roof rack, the doors, the handles, the vent window, wheels and tires, and tail lights. And all details there are in the car, actually. The windows have great transparency, so the quality of the car as a whole is really amazing. Front grille is basically the same as Galaxie, but we don't have that badge right here, just like a final Ford Galaxie. But the 4 letters are right here. And as we pop the hood open, we can see all details here in the engine bay, the engine, the air filter, the reservoir, radiator, and all details in this engine bay. That's very well made in a 1 to 64 scale. And the hood shuts correctly. The windshield wipers and the windows that have a great transparency, so we can look through them and see the interior. The roof rack, which is very well detailed, and the wood grain pattern with this wood mold around it with those rivets and bolts, just like we find in a real car. The wheels and tires look amazing. As we can see, the bottom of the car is pretty much like the one in the Ford Galaxie, so it's very well reproduced. The rear of a car with a Country Squire, both on the tailgate and the quarter panels, and the tail lights that look very realistic. So I put the Ford Galaxie and the Ford Country Squire side by side so we can take a look at both bodies. One car is derived from the other one. This is one more Country Squire that's made in red. It looks like a maroon, actually. It's a dark red, but it really looks amazing. The quality of this car is really fantastic. I was really glad I got this Ford Country Squire wagon. It's a great casting, the great painting quality, the great color, great detail. The wood grain, as we can see, just like the white one. So I'm not going to show this a little bit closer, but because it's basically the same quality of that white wagon I've shown before. One more Ford car is this Mercury Comet Cyclone. That's a 1966 model. It really looks like a Ford Fairlane at the time because it sort of shared the same platform. But they had those vertical headlights just like the Ford Fairlane and the Ford Galaxie at the time, and those lines that are very nice and very good looking. This is a very exciting car, really. I really like the way this car looks. The wheels and tires, the trim, and all details that were reproduced in this 1:64 scale model by Auto World are really amazing. I'll soon show one of these, but that one I'm going to show is made in a 1:18 scale, and it's a convertible. But I even think this one is even better made than that one in a 1:18 scale. And as we look at the Mercury, we can see the Comet logo right here in the front grille. A grille that looks very nice, and the vertical headlights just like the ones in the Ford Fairlane and Ford Galaxie. The wheels and tires that look like the ones in the real car, and the ones in a 1:18 scale are exactly like this one. So they're very well reproduced. Those white stripes, that's just like the one in the Fairlane GT, that looks fantastic in this car. The interior of the car that looks very nice. The dashboard and steering wheel with all details in 1:64 scale. The vent windows, which are actually made of acrylic instead of made in diecast, just like the ones in the Johnny Lightnings. The windshield wipers and the engine bay, which are very well made with the battery. And all details are here in this engine bay, and the hood that shuts correctly with those two air intakes. The bottom of a car, the base looks very nice. And the rear of a car with the Cyclone and the trim between the taillights and the taillights themselves, and the Comet logo right here in the trunk lid. So this car really looks fantastic. Now a car by General Motors, that's a 1969 Kingswood. That's actually a Chevrolet Caprice station wagon. And this car really looks fantastic. That's made in a 1:64 scale by Auto World. And it's got those hidden headlights, the grille with the bow tie, the GM bow tie, the GM bow ties, and the wheel covers as well. The wheels and tires are amazing. The tail lights are great. The roof rack is excellent. So this is a great car. The engine, which looks great. It looks like a big block. I really couldn't tell what engine that is. I would probably guess it's a 409. I'm not quite sure of it. It's a reservoir, radiator hose, radiator, engine, the air filter, the valve covers, and all details in here in this engine bay. We find some cables and wires in a 1:64 scale, and the hood latch and the front panel. It's really amazing. A GM bow tie and the hidden headlights, the blinkers right here below, the bumper, and those tiny grills below the grill. That's really nice. The wheels and tires with a bow tie, the trim around the wheel wells and the wooden pattern on the sides, and the front window open, we can see the interior, and the transparency of the crystals is really excellent. And there's a third seat right here in the trunk. And the taillights, which are amazing, and the Chevrolet logo right here. Well, it's a big block, just like I said. That's why this collection is actually named Muscle Wagons. One more look at the car. Door handles. Very nice wheel covers. White wall tires. And Chevrolet logo right here at the tip of the hood. Well, that's one of my favorite landy yachts of all time. That's a 1976 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. That's an amazing car. I've shown one like that before, and I've shown a black one and a blue one, I think. I'm not quite sure of it. This is an amazing car made by Auto World in a 1:64 scale. Headlights, the grille, the bumper, and the bumper guards, Cadillac badge on the wheel covers, those very nice looking lines, the air outlets on the dashboard, the half vinyl roof with a Cadillac badge, and the upper window, and the rear of a Cadillac just like we find in the other ones, with those fins and the trims and Cadillac badges and logos. The bottom of the car is the body and chassis, so it's very well detailed. Wheels and tires are great, and the hood doesn't open so much, but we can see the engine bay and the engine are very well detailed. Now about the grades. Who am I not to give a 10 to every single one of these cars? They're awesome, really. They have qualities that are very close to perfection, and they are 1:64 cars. They're much better than a lot of 1:18 cars I've seen before. I've done some reviews on several diecast cars, and Auto World has really done a great job in every single one of these cars I've shown in this video. So I'd like to thank you for all likes and views, for all subscriptions. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, to click the bell for news, to give me a thumbs up, and to share the video. And let me know down in your comments what you think about the cars and about the video. And in case you have any further information on the cars, just let me know down in your comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.